Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Let's pin it. Pin it. Tell more people. Hey there, Ramrod. What's happening? Just waiting here for a little to go. Hope you're doing well. What is going on? So while I'm waiting here, I thought I'd do a live session just to be able to see what's going on to everybody out there. I like watching aquariums, by the way. Enjoyable, totally enjoyable here. Totally relaxing, watching the fish swim around. So here's an interesting factoid for a lot of folks is I love watching the Olympics more for the story of triumph for people to get there. I should do a post on the Tongan. If for those of you who are familiar, they call him the shirtless Tongan. And so he actually was in the 2016 Brazilian Olympics in Rio, and over the last 2 years trained himself in order to qualify for the Olympics here in Pyeongchang in South Korea to be able to compete as a cross-country skier. That is phenomenal. Just that to me is just the ability to be able to train yourself. He lost 30 pounds in the last year or so and got himself down in order to be cross-country. So that's just amazing to me, that level of not only dedication, but level of ability, the skill set, and of course the determination to compete on this scale of the Olympics. And so I find the stories just to be very inspiring. I don't know if you guys watch any of those, what's happening out there. DC Alexa Mixer, what's up? So the other story, they're calling it the Miracle on Snow, which is really cool, where you have I think it's Simon Kruger from Norway. He was had got tangled up the first 150 meters, ended up also I think he broke one of his ski poles and was dead last in a 30-kilometer skiathon. That's the event. And lo and behold, at kilometer 22, found himself in like 24th place. Then at kilometer marker like 15, he was like at 18th place. And then with like 5 kilometers to go, he is first. And so what an amazing story. KT, what's up, buddy? And so what's amazing is and this is not like he's competing with like a bunch of schlubs. These are all Olympic athletes, the greatest in their country, some of the greatest in the world at obviously doing this long distance cross country event. And he wins. He gets first place. Eric Otteson, what's up, buddy? Message here: never give up. Absolutely. And so I think what happens for some people is they give up because they're like, oh, it's whatever that quarter is of their life, right? Whether it's the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, right? Whether they're in their 30s or their 50s or their 60s, they think, oh, life's done, life's over, whatever's not going well. Neil 4.0, what's up? And so I find it just absolutely inspiring that you have these amazing athletes that can show us when it comes to just sports what can be done. But then I think, how does that then translate to me in my world and what I could be doing to be better and more effective as a human being? And that's to me what it comes down to is just perseverance, just the attitude of continuing to move forward, continuing to go forth. KT, when adversity hits, come back with fire. I like that. I'm gonna pin that. KT over at the Anchor Nation. Can I pin stuff still? Pin it. Okay. And then who we have? Oroki Skate. Sorry, I totally probably mispronounced that. So what about you guys? Any inspiring stories that you've watched in the Olympics or just recently? Anything that's kind of caught your fancy? Andres Escobar. What's up, buddy? We have not talked in a long time, my friend. Hope you're doing really good. So it's very fast. The other one, obviously, for those that watched Andres Escobar, how you doing? Shaun White. And he just nails it. Third run, gets gold, and really comes back, bounces back from, in Sochi, is it Sochi? Sochi, right? Russia? Sochi? I don't know. I'm not Russian, but that was where what the Olympics was 4 years ago, and he didn't even medal or anything. And I remember seeing him back in 2016. He was at Rio, and he was talking to one of the reporters about one of the journalists and how he wants to make sure that he competes and is back at the level he wants to be. Inspiring Olympics, Chloe Kim, yeah, 17-year-old, yeah, phenomenal. Race ski. Thanks for joining. So we're talking about Olympic athletes and how amazing they are, and just their. And what's amazing of a lot of these Olympic athletes, especially in the kind of your smaller sports, they have like full-time jobs, and so they're competing at an amazing level of athleticism, of fitness, and they're squeezing it into their already jam-packed life. So they're already working, let's say, a full-time job at Home Depot, and then at nights and weekends, they're out competing, and obviously you have to have a very flexible employer that understands that you might be going and traveling to these various places to compete, because not every sport, you're not paid, especially in the United States. Like, if you're running the 100-meter yard dash, you're probably not sponsored by, like, you might be sponsored, like, from an athletic perspective, but you might not be sponsored to the point that you actually have all of it combined, income-wise, coming in. That's where I think a lot of Olympic athletes should be taking advantage of social media, building up, the training, monitoring their training, documenting their training process, and getting sponsorships that way. Getting people not like to go beyond that, right? So think of beyond the sports apparel. It can get into the Gatorades, the energy drinks, I'm sorry to say, even the sodas, in order to get some sponsorship dollars. And guess what? Every 4 years, you're going to be competing on a huge scale, and people might be watching you. So if they see you rowing every single day, and a lot of people out there will be like, well, who's going to watch rowing? Guess what? We live in a world where we can search things and find exactly what we want. Number one search website, Google. Number two most search website, YouTube. You can find out exactly what you want. So if I'm an Olympic athlete, I'm documenting my exercise routine, what I'm eating. People can basically watch me train as I get ready to qualify for the Olympics in 2022. That to me would be absolutely inspiring for a lot of people out there. Plus, for an Olympic athlete, instead of me having to get a full-time job, all I'm doing is focusing on doing what I'm doing and then just broadcasting it. Now, even if I'm not I don't want to do videos of like selfies, I can get maybe a trainer or somebody to videotape me doing all the exercises and then posting it up. So I think that's a real powerful way that an Olympic athletes can be leveraging social media in order to really start generating the revenue that they need in order to do the sport full time. And a lot of times we love athleticism, we love fitness as a whole, right? We're just inspired by people in just phenomenal shape and just in great I thought you were going for 2022. No, Andreas, I'm just staying here locally for 2018, man. Let's just get this year done. So that's where I think a lot of times you can end up leveraging a lot of this. Kelton, what's up, buddy? Hey, we got to get together, Kelton, in the Fox Cities. It's my bad. I didn't shoot you any times of when's good for us to get together, but we will get together and have a great time. So that's my thoughts for the Olympics and the excitement that's going on over there. For you guys, if you've had any cool kind of takeaways, let me know. Love to hear them. Sherm's out.